What is up, guys? Half Slab Bacon back with another episode in Bacon's World. Okay, before we get started, first let me say sorry, guys. Sorry. I know I did that update video and I told you guys that we were switching to a new schedule, and then I haven't been able to adhere to it, and I hate over-promising and under-delivering. Never want to do that. It's a bad thing. I worked in sales for years, business. I know it's a bad thing. Okay, I'm sorry. There's good reasons for it. If it's not up already, there will be a video up today about all that, what's going on. And yeah, I'm making changes, big changes to get that fixed. So check that video out. As always, I don't like to cover that stuff in an actual episode, and that's what you guys have been missing, I know. So, today's project. What do you think, guys? You saw the title, right? We gotta do it, peeps. It's gonna have to be a thing. We gotta tear this all out and put the bacon door in. Yes, I actually was working on it quite intensively. It was actually, I'm not gonna lie, a little crazy. Meh. I gotta be careful to make sure I keep this blocked up. Well, actually, I don't need to worry too much, guys. I know I'm making a big thing about not letting baby zombies in, but they can't get in here anyways, because we put those there. So, yeah. But still, I don't want them anywhere near this while I'm going to get materials and stuff. And yeah, is it ever laggy? I did restart the computer. That is just the fact that right now those guys are getting fed, like, tons of food. So there's tons of entities. Tons and tons of entities up there flying around the water, and that's definitely causing our lag. So yeah, the reason I wanted to focus on this so much is we've gotten into the starting to finish off some stuff, like the 2 end portals, and I really want to get cracking on that stuff. Also, we have some other major, huge projects that we gotta start, like the wood farm and the mushroom cow farm stuff and things. So, yeah. Ooh, we got a villager. Did you hear that? Where are you, stupid? Come down, stupid. Are you a nit? It's a nitwit, isn't it? Hi. Bye. Let's watch the minecart go up and pretend we just didn't viciously murderize a nitwit. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, it's a thing. So, the bacon door. Should we go into creative and I can explain what we're gonna do there and what else we're gonna do up in here while we're on it? Should we? Have I stalled long enough? Guys, just before we do that, in case you're always wondering why I throw unnecessary blocks behind my redstone, that's why, right there. So I know when I start digging out stuff like this that, hey, there's redstone there. Be careful swinging that pick. You know what I'm saying? Good practices, people. Good practices. They're important. Okay, I'll cut to the chase. Let's go. All right, guys, we're in the test world again. This one's getting full. It's crazy. I only started this for 1.9 and it's freaking getting huge already. It's insane, peeps. It's insane. So, yeah, before we go over my door, which, no, it's not over there. Actually, the one I was working on, I ripped apart. Yeah, it's a thing, okay? It's a thing. It was frustrating. It was very difficult to pull off what I wanted. And yeah, it's done now. It took a while. I dang near had a nervous breakdown. No, but it really was frustrating me, okay? So Yeah, it's accomplished now. It's thing. And I want to show you why. So I showed you guys this one in the Bacon's Delayed video and mentioned that this is one of the best piston doors out there. I will put a link. This is by Jeffrey Zhu. Now, the personal name you won't notice. He's a patron, actually, on the Cube Crowd server. Cube Crowd is a mixture of the Zip Crowd server and 2Cubes server. So yeah, it's some pretty hardcore Redstone people, put it that way. And this is definitely, like, this is without a doubt one of the best on YouTube and just out there in general right now, guys. It really, really is. But there's a problem with it. You know, I like my Etho door, right? And I'm very picky about update order. Well, his update order is great, but there's a problem with it, and I'm going to show it to you right now. And it's a problem basically all like solid non-Etho 3x3 doors with the center block have, and that's this. This right here. They have to use a block swapper, so that was our bottom block, and this one was our center one. You have to use one for a 3x3. Well, yeah, no, you have to use one. There's no way around it. Okay? And the problem with that being, trying to do a pretty decoration here, we can see just doesn't work. Like, you would think, oh, well, you can just take this out, right? And do that, and then you have a good even look, right? Aha! You thought wrong. Watch what happens. See? 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 So, let's go over here and talk about this for a sec on the other side where we can actually see it a little easier. Yes, I'm avoiding showing you mine because I'm a jerk. So basically, he's got his block swapper down here, right? So that pushes up. We've got 2 pistons on the side, 3 pistons on this side. That pushes that block up, and the block swapper is right in here, these 2 pistons here. And then he's got a double piston extender on the top to push this top one down, right? This is very efficient, very compact. Like, it's fast, guys. That is fast. Okay, this is a very good door for solid blocks. It just doesn't look pretty if you're not using solid blocks, and that was kind of my thing. I want it to be fast, and I want solid blocks. So, I bring you the Bacon door. It's not as small as his. Actually, it's pretty close if you don't include the... And you'll notice I only have a single piston on the bottom. That's because in order to get the opening sequence so the door doesn't look like a bucket of crap, you have to do the block swapper from the top, which overcomplicates things because that means you have to have a double piston extender up top. And yes, he had a double piston extender up top. But the double piston extender up top, when you're doing it this way, if you want the block swapper up top, actually has to fire in 2 different sequences. And double piston extenders don't really, they're finicky when they're going from top down. Okay? They're very, it's one of the most difficult double piston extenders to use. So to get 2 things going on with it, 2 separate sequences, and make it compact is hard. But check it out. Ha-ha! So you can see we got it like this, right? Beauty, beauty, beautiful. Now, I don't have the stairs down here for a couple of reasons. We could put them here, actually, here and here. We could put the stairs like I like to have them, like on my door, my improved Etho door over here. We have it like that, right? I'm not going to run all the way over there, but we have them on the top and bottom, so it's symmetrical. But we can't do that here because there's our block from the block swapper, and that one's actually a power block. So because of that, I decided just to make it solid like this. because that way we got our stairs on the side. It's fast. I mean, look at that closing sequence. Was that fast? I know, that's... Whoops. Crap! That was fast, right? I know, that was fast. And does it open fast? Yeah, it opens fast, right? I know, it opens fast. Are you ready for something else, guys? Ready? Let's just break this off here. And let's go grab a stone button. You want to see something even crazier? Okay. Oh, it breaks if I do it in that sequence. Dang it, Bobby! Oops. I was doing it from the other side when I was testing this. Yeah. it was a thing. It was a thing. It was a thing. It was a thing. So, I guess we still can. I just have to put the lever back on this side in a minute. And break what I have up here, which I'll explain in a minute. And then we're going to get to building. So we'll just break that out and we'll put our button here. Okay, so if you just want to hide a button up here, like let's say, I don't know, let's grab those stairs. You wanted to hide it in the ceiling and have kind of like an archway where the button's buried. Like you could even go up here like this. You know what I'm saying? Something like this. You can do it. And this is ultra fast, guys. Now, I do have to point out you can only use one type of button. Check this out. Yes. Is that crazy fast? But, believe it or not, let's do it. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. No, just believe it or not, if we were to do that with the button that close, no, you do not take damage going through. You're literally walking through as it's closing, but the sequence lets you get through. Is that crazy or what? That's crazy, right? I know, it's crazy. It's amazing. You can't use a stone button though. You cannot, not directly there. Sorry, a wood button. Not directly there. It will break it if you put a wood button directly there. So you can have that ultra fast timing with the button right there if you want. Or what I actually want to go for in the survival world is to have a bit of a delay so we can see it open. Okay. And for that, I decided... Hopefully I didn't just break it. Nope. Okay. For that, I decided we would stick a pulse extender up here. So very simple, you know, push the button, this goes off. Well, I'll show you. Okay, so we got items in here. If we push the button, you can see it goes up to 4 and then back. And then adding the 4-tick delay on that extends the signal even further. So if we watch from down here, isn't that beautiful? It stays open just long enough for you to like enjoy it. And if you walk through, you can turn around and see it closing. I think that's perfect timing, guys. So yes, I'm gonna do a tutorial on it. It'll be a thing, okay? I promise. It'll be a thing. Yes, I'm gonna get on the other tutorials. I'll explain that in the update video. But I think this is great. You could move the orientation of this pulse extender around or use other pulse extenders. I mainly designed this one for the outside. I'm gonna have to finagle something different on the inside of our villager trading. I will do a tutorial on it though, I promise, guys. But then we got this going on over here. Let's grab some cocoa beans so I can show you guys the reason I wanted that straight out, and that is because I do not want it interfering with the redstone for this, because on the sides around that area when we finish it, I want to have, like, you know, our underground cave, you know, grass like jungle terrain whatever you want to call it, going on, and our cocoa bean farms there. So I designed this little thing so we can have these sticking out from the wall every, couple of blocks, and let the cocoa beans grow on them. And when we want some, we can just go up, push a button, and it drops that and then raises it back up. Really simple design, guys. If you're wondering how I did this, so simple. So block behind a piston down there, air gap there, and then just chain of observers, okay, with this one detecting the update from the first piston, and the wooden blocks are pushed right up against that piston. So what happens is that piston goes off when we hit the button, and it updates this one, and then these ones all have their happy face in there, so they're all placed like this and come all the way down. They actually read that this one updated, and they come down, and because there's a tick delay on each one, it gives it just enough time by the time it comes all the way down to this block to allow that piston to retract before it uses this one to push back up, and then we can just replant and go on our merry way. So nice, simple, semi-automatic cocoa bean farm. You can have as many of them as you want in a pretty compact space. I mean, what more do you need for cocoa beans? How many of them do you need? Right? So, we're halfway through the video already. Let's get to building, shall we? All right, guys. So, I have set up the basic layout. This is getting in my way, so I'm just going to move that now. We're going to end up shaping this out anyways. I tried to kind of make it look good for something to work with in the beginning, but I'm not too worried about it because we still got to fit, like, the cocoa bean stuff and things over here. But here's our basic layout. I've basically cut out a space big enough to fit it in here, and I've kind of crammed the works in. You can see we've got the rail there. We've got redstone over there and there. They're just levers, but still, you know what I'm saying? Actually, that's probably going to come out. I'll worry about that off camera. I'm going to do my usual, I protect with the stone, all the things. I threw some lighting in underneath, and I'll hide some lighting in up above as well. But here is our basic layout. Now, in order to keep things in sync so it looks good, I always like to have the bottom and the top relatively in sync overall. You're always going to have a bit of a delay from one to the other, and the two sides on literally exactly the same delay. So that changes your setup, whether you're going from button to the top or button down or lever or whatever. You know what I'm saying, right? So we need to get our double piston extender in here. Here. Don't want that block to be gone forever, as that's kind of the crucial part, is getting it in the top and not the bottom, and having it do the block swapping. So there's our block swapping piston right there. You can see the layout. I might switch this clear block to a lantern. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I kind of wanted to explain in detail with you guys the kind of thought process behind this. So let's just go ahead and use this. We're going to need to be up that high. And we're going to need to get out on this side too. Like so. And the thought process here is, in the sequence, in the opening sequence, the first piston that has to fire is this one, okay? Before everything else, it has to push that block down because that one's going to the center, right? So in order to keep the bottom and the top relatively in sync, that means it has to have the shortest delay. So we have to go from here. And on either side, we're building this on both sides, so it's basically the inputs symmetrical on either side, just like a so, and then from there we go around. Now, in order to spread it out from there, we're gonna take an update off each one of these observers with another observer, like Get in there, like so. Now you can see why I went up so high, so I have room to work and that kind of thing. Yeah, it's thing. So, just like so. And then our redstone essentially branches out from there. So, I'm not going full on tutorial mode here because this video is going to be long enough. I say that a lot. Are my videos longer than most other people's, guys? I don't think so. Maybe they are. Whatever. You guys like them. That's all that matters to me. I'm putting those in there for now, actually. This one's gonna get moved in favor of a half slab. Well, here. We'll just put those up here for now. There. So on this side, actually, we're going to need that here. Dang it, Bobby! Why me? And I just thought of something. I'm an idiot. We got to remove that anyways. And remember I was mentioning the 2 sequences? So the top sequence up here is going to need... Did I put the redstone there? Yes, I did. Then we're also going to need an observer block here. So the second sequence is actually going to be fired by a repeater up in here. Do I have my repeaters? I do. On a 4-tick delay. That is what's going to fire off the second sequence, which extends to pull the block back from the center. But during the rest of the period, believe it or not, it's going to be inactive. So on the open and the first part of the, or sorry, on the close, it will be completely inactive. And then on the first part of the witching sequence, yeah. I know, I just broke that block I placed there. It's a thing. I figured while we're up here, I may as well show you. And we're going to accomplish that by using a flip-flop, a T flip-flop. So it's going to have altered states. So it's only going to respond because we're using observers to pulse the system. So it's only going to respond the second time around. And what I mean by that is, let's get the observers. This one needs to be a 1-tick pulse so that this toggles the block up and down, right? And then we actually need this bad boy over here. So what's going to happen, we're going to put another block here. The power is going to go through that when this pulses. And I'm not sure, can I do this in survival? Yes, I can. Okay, so it's going to go. See how it does that? You follow me? So we're going to get an alternating, where one time it'll put the block there, the other time it won't. Now, it's going multiple times because I'm placing a block. In actuality, it's going to detect a single pulse off a redstone. So, yeah, that's a thing. It's thing. So, that's kind of the core concept. From here, up top, is actually pretty much done. Like, the only thing now is to get from the input, which is that observer on either side, right, out to the sides, and also toggle our stuff and things block. Yeah, the stuff, it's a thing, people. It's the stuff and things block. So in order to do that, let's get this bad boy. This one on either side needs to be replaced with an observer, and you can see we're making a mess while we do this. It's okay. It's okay, peeps. It's okay. It's okay. Now, up in here, that can just go right down to a redstone dust. So let's put our chicken away and just put that on our hotbar. So it'll pulse a redstone dust. That's it. That's all. Now we need to make everything on either side. Same thing's gonna happen from there. Okay? So pulse the dust here, which is gonna bud power these two and send those two out. And then a dust over there. Same thing on the other side here, only we're putting, you know, solid block and this on this side to fire this piston. So that's just long enough of a delay to keep this in sync and let that 0 or 1 tick pulse so it goes back and forth, which is why we're using an observer there. We don't want this to stay extended and pull the block back. We want it to leave the block behind like it's doing right now. So yeah, tricky stuff. The timing was crucial, guys. So now we need to go up in here. What did I just... I didn't need to place... Yes, I did. I'm being an idiot. Okay. So, observer, redstone dust. Now, we need to tie all the things into this bad boy, right? And I actually can't remember how I power that block. Yes, I power that block via right here, which is why we need a half slab here. Yes. Yes, half slab. There. So that one's going to receive power from over here by putting a half slab there. Block. We're going to have the redstone wire on this side too. Right there. And then... I can't remember what this was. I think that's just a single tick. It might be two. I'm going to have to check my notes and stuff. So, yeah. Basically from here, that's pretty much it, guys. Like, it's not hugely overly complicated. You know? Like, those are placeholder blocks. That's going to be redstone, which I wanted to show on camera. I'm trying to show as much of it on camera without going into full-on tutorial mode. So now you can see how the pulse over here is going to get detected from both sides, and that's going to do our T flip-flop up there. Yeah. Alright guys, I realized I messed up, and when I put that repeater there, powering the block there, so I figured I'd better jump in and show you what I screwed up. And it doesn't hurt to be up here to show you the rest either. I've already done a trial run just to make sure. So what we actually want, remember originally I said I was going to put a slab there. So we want a slab there with this on 4 ticks because we need to power this, right? Yeah, we completely forgot. Remember I said we have to have 2 cycles? So this for the cycle to pull the glass block up, and this is the cycle where we fire this to push the blocks down. Very, very important. So, yes, what we actually have is an observer there. We're going to put this here. We're going to put redstone dust there. So, like I said, this can fire from either side and operate independently of one another and all that good stuff. And, yeah, what basically happens is this is our entry point. So when a signal goes in here, it's going to pulse that piston underneath this one and push the first block down on a 1 tick, right? So then it's going to pull back instantly and make room for the other block that our block swapper that down here is going to push. Now we've got a 2 tick delay on all sides on these repeaters. So right as that happens, right as that block pushes down, this observer detects that this updated, sends a signal on a 2 tick delay through here. Then this observer will pick that up pretty much instantly. There's like a 1 tick delay, but it's virtually, when you chain them, but it's virtually instant from detecting this wire to pulsing this block. So it's going to pulse this block, which will fire the block swapper out, which will put the block over there for the next round when we fire this, okay? And then this redstone wire, 4-tick delay to push this down. Whoops. And that's what's going to happen. Now, the exact same thing's going to happen over on the other side there, and that's why we have a T flip-flop. See, when the door's open, we want that to pull down and not send the signal, because this is going to push twice anyways to push the blocks down. And then we want it to do the pulse on the opening. So you can see now we'll be able to do the trial run. Everything's in its place, right? So we fire, and you can see it pushed both those blocks down because of the delaying and stuff on this side, right? And it brought that block down to prime for the pulse up there for the next sequence. Now, all this is going to happen off one button push, or, you know, you can put levers. You know, I don't like my levers. I like to time stuff and use buttons because levers are ugly. So the next time this fires, at the same time it's doing all that, this time around the block swapper is going to pull back, right? And it's going to pull that first block back. And then by the time that occurs, this will have gone up, updated this as it's moving all our stuff down there, and send the pulse through when it raises that block. And then this 4-tick delay is going to be just enough to both power that air block to send this down, and then send the signal down through that onto that redstone, powering the block there, which will also power that other piston while it's extended, which gives us our pullback sequence to get both the blocks. You follow me? So it all happens very, very quick, but that's what allows that to double fire like that, because it's using such a rapid tick and pull that glass block up. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? All right, guys, so the pulse extenders are in. So this is like a very simple design, actually, I just whipped up. So buttons underneath here, right? I went sideways on both just to give me more room out there aesthetically, even though initially I was planning on going straight out. And it makes this room more compact rather than me having to have an L out that way. So yeah, it's a thing. It's a good thing. It's also decorated as much as possible. That is, you know, out there. See? Yeah, so that's visible, which is why it's like that. Otherwise, it would be stone too. But pretty simple, pretty simple. So buttons underneath here, right? While the button's not pressed, we got a torch here powering this repeater, this block, and this dust. So it's just go like that. Yeah. So what's going on here is while this is powered, that's locked, right? Which leaves those off. And the dust is extending this bad boy. So when we push the button for the duration of the button, so using a wood makes it longer than stone on the door timing. A stone will make it a tiny bit shorter, but you could use either or with this setup, technically. I prefer the wood. Yeah, but this goes off. That unlocks. This pulls back, locking this bad boy. Those go through, which is going to power this, which is going to turn that on. And that is going to start our opening sequence, right? And it'll stay open for the duration that there's items in here. So when this goes off, that's going to relock this, pop that back out, and those all have to transfer all the way back before it's going to come out here and start the close sequence. And that gives us our delay. The 4 ticks here, it could be any ticks really, just having the extra 4 ticks gives it just that little bit longer on the closing sequence before the closing sequence occurs. It actually adds a delay for the opening sequence too, but whatever. That part I'm okay with. So that room's closed off, and you can see what I'm going with out here. I've got to shape this. I'm going to bring this back, probably open up this wall some more. Yeah, so there's lots of work to do. I'll do a bit before I cut for the day so you guys can kind of get an idea. But also, this allows me to hide the buttons, so we can come down here, open it up, come back in, jabam, it's closed. And then in here, we got to cover that ice, right? So I actually tapered this up with the stairs, so it makes sense. Use the half slabs here, put a little lantern stuffing thingy here, just to help backlight the door from the outside and light out front. It's really not necessary with these, but that also helps me hide a wooden or a stone button up here because, you know, it's not going to look very good. And then we've still got access back there through this wall. That light marks that this area is good to go. Carpet, so nothing spawns. Stairs, this room is still completely inspawnable. Nothing can spawn in here, and nothing can get in here thanks to that block. So we've got our door, and it closes very shortly after. I'm ecstatic. I think it's looking awesome. I'm gonna pretty this up, and I'll be RBs. All right, guys, are you ready? Ready for the grand finale? Ka-chow. So yeah, I threw s'mores in the ceiling just to make everything look a little bit prettier, you know what I'm saying? And we got these installed, opened it up a little bit on both sides, got the nice decorations going on. Now I wanted to have 2 on each side originally is what I was thinking, but our area for potion brewing's like right behind those ores, the hole I dug out. So I don't want to like knock any more of this back just because I don't want to restrict too much room for that. And I can't go this way because Bunny Farm. Yeah, Bunny Farm. So that's good, I think. I more wanted like 4 for the looks kind of thing, but you know, I decided this should run underneath here. I thought that was a good idea to have that little waterfall going on out here. Yeah. Sorry about the lag. Pretty sure my computer's doing its daily backup right now. Yeah, it's that time of day, which means I shouldn't be on the computer. I think 3 is plenty though. Like, let's see. Let's see how much we get just off 1 harvest. So once we replant, oh, we got 24, so we're over a stack every time we use these. And, you know, they grow fast. So I'm good with that. We got our door all prettied in. Oh yeah. I decided to put a trapdoor here while I was AFKing waiting for those to grow. Yeah, I'm good with it. Oh, and also off camera, I did a little derping, which resulted in the death of, yeah, just a little derping. I don't know why I decided to do it, but I decided I wanted glass down here so I could see everything. And of course, in doing it, I, you know, let some water loose and ended up wrecking that rail there, which basically meant I had to, like, shut this portion of the system down and redo all the rails, because that middle one, you have to have the rest set up and blocked off on top and bottom, so yeah, I had to clear it. It sucks, because I had a couple of good villagers over there, but I'm breeding for better anyways. None of these guys are really permanent, so it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. I'm super excited. The room's done now, though. Like, complete. This area is done. Now all we got left is to work on that over there and a few other big projects. Because the rest of this over here I'm uber happy with. So, as always, guys, smash that like if you enjoyed the episode. To help others like yourself who might enjoy the content on the channel. And if you're new and you haven't already, hit that sub button for more videos, peeps. We do awesome stuff like this all the time. Well, we haven't been lately, but we're getting back into it. more in the channel update videos that I will post about that, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Bye.